only 20 stitches.
Why, hello! Welcome to the third week of the third annual March Along. Yes, so March Along is our 15 minutes of sewing a day for the month of March. It's only 31 days or 30 days or 28, 29 days, depending on how many days you choose to participate. We're just trying to encourage each other to sew and quilt and get things working for 15 minutes a day. You don't have to be actively sewing for those 15 minutes. In fact, most of my 15 minutes haven't been sewing at all. And everybody always asks me, does this count? Does this count? It can count if you want it to count. You can go to quilt shows and view quilts. You can look online. You can do Pinterest searches. I have a video of all sorts of things I thought of you could do, plus more. You could even dye fabrics for 15 minutes a day. Or it's just to get our organization and just our desire to work on something for a short period of time to get maybe a task you don't like, or maybe a part of the quilting that you don't like, or maybe something you do like. Get it done and work on it. My blog is scientificquilter.com. No comments on the YouTube video, but there will be comments available if you want to link up and report what you are doing for your 15 minutes a day for the third week. Feel free to go to scientificquilter.com or find me on Scientific Quilt, or use the hashtag MarchAlong on Twitter. A lot of people are doing that. Last week I did a roll call of about everybody who's participated. I can do that again next week. That would be great. I think Glenna was the only one that I just missed by half an hour from when I posted it to when she reported in. So, I don't have a ton to share with you, but my 15 minutes have come and gone a lot. It's been a little bit different week for me this week because I've been off. So I've had a lot more time to do things. At the same time, I'm kind of still going in the same old pattern, same old. I'm going to move over here for a second. I'm not sure how well you can see this. I think I tested earlier, you can see a little bit of this. This is my my Leaders and Enders quilt that ended up being a quilt for my friend that got cancer. Here, maybe you can see it now better. It's the Sunshine and Blue quilt. I have it basted. I have the back created. I will show a picture on scientificquilter.com of the back. I can't really do it here very well. It's kind of sitting on my ironing board underneath a bunch of stuff, which I'm going to iron it. I'm going to use the tip from one of the Craftsy classes I took, one of Ann Peterson's classes. She says she irons her sandwiches after they've been basted. This has been basted with 505 spray. I don't see it right here, or I would show you. And it's, I did that yesterday, and she says she irons it out, and then I'm going to try to, maybe not ditch quilt the blocks, but I'm going to ditch quilt around the diamonds that are created at least. And then I might not do a whole lot of fancy quilting otherwise, because I do want to get this to my friend. I do need to design the label, put it on the back, and I don't do the labels beforehand, but I can do them after, it's fine. The binding isn't done, and the quilting part. So I got a little ways to go, but it's getting closer to being together, and it was a lot farther put together than because I was off. However, the reason I'm standing over kind of in the corner of my sewing room is that I've been working on scraps. So this is a small scrap pile to cut for a little swap I'm doing with a bunch of people who are doing the 1.5 inch swaps. So that's been kind of fun. Not everybody's getting the same fabric because I'm going through my scraps. How I organize my to-be cut scraps are actually in these bins. I've got 2 of the bins. I have a third fabric bag that kind of showed up at my house because some people in my guild were very, very nice, very generous, and they gave me some of their scraps, which means I get more scraps, which means I have to deal with them some way, even if I do give them away. That would be fine. And some of these are going to be gifted along, and some of them are going to be incorporated into projects. Sometimes I get packets that I'm not sure what to do with, but I do know they go together, so I'm kind of trying to manage that. As you can see, I'm in the section of my sewing room which has my cutting table. Can't see the cutting table very well from here. but it's underneath. And to the side of my cutting table I have my scrap bin, which is the after they've been cut scraps, or the in progress of cut scraps. Now I realize from where you can see here, you see like some envelopes and some machine workers gloves are sitting here, and I got my little this thing's supposed to take care of like nicks on your mat. I don't use it that often. Sometimes I store my scissors in these, or like charm packs. And if you see me grab over on the side, I'm grabbing my scrap bin. But it's kind of nice to organize by size. Not only do I have that, and I have other things I'm not sure what to do with, like these gradation colors that I don't know exactly what to go together, but I have a whole stack of 3.5-inch squares, which are not really color coordinated anymore right now, but that's okay. And I don't have a use for them yet, but that's okay. I keep my 2.5-inch squares down here, and then some of my strips to be cut, 2-inch squares to be cut. I'm not sure what 2 inches are for, but I do know 2.5 go really well. They might end up being cut down, we'll see. And right now this is kind of a mess, but I have so many 2.5-inch strips. I really need to make a jelly roll race quilt, because bags upon bags of 2.5-inch strips, plus a few that I showed you a while ago, and jelly roll I haven't opened, yay. But I don't know, I really like this system for my smaller stuff. I'm going to tempt fate and hopefully not put my life in danger. I don't think so. By making another one of these. I bought Closet Made brand, Target, whatever. And I'm going to maybe stick it up above here and have more places for scraps, since I do have so many 2.5-inch. I could devote like 2 or 3 cubbies for 2.5-inch scraps, and another one. Oh, I'm always have 5-inch squares. I always have 2.5-inch squares, and I have 3.5-inch squares. Some of the others kind of end up being extra storage for things like pantographs, or even fat eighths of hand-dyed fabric that are gradated. That again I don't have a use for yet. I will. I bought this for a specific pattern, and it turns out I need more of each. Unless I want to make a really smaller version of it, but I don't, so. And then above there I've got things that are kind of unusual, like my minky that I probably need to do something with, and this little heavier weight fabric. I've got some home dec stuff. This usually lives in there, and this is usually where I put my to-be-cut scraps. I'll probably do that now. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you, this is because I got a little note on how do I organize my stuff, because I do have a very small sewing room. I'm kind of jammed in here with these videos. I do actually project my fabric and stuff out to the rest of the house, but if I am intentional, I try to do my best to keep things in here. This last week with organizing and reorganizing and adding and changing, it's kind of migrated its way out, and hopefully it will migrate its way back in here so I can be concise and consistent. My projects all live in laundry baskets out in the living room. So yay for whips, I guess. If I get those done, then I would not have that, but as every quilter knows, that doesn't happen. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you my version of scrap management since I have been doing a lot of cutting scraps in between making the quilt behind me, and so I just thought, well, I'll show you guys in a video what I use a little bit. I thank you guys for coming to look at my studio, I guess. And thank you guys for playing along. March along, you guys, for the month of March. 1 week left. That is it. Just 1 week, 7 days, or 8 days of March. And that's all. And then after April, we all can take a sigh of relief and go, okay, I don't have to quilt so much. Or maybe you developed a habit during the month of March and you're like, oh, Well, I know how. I can cut scraps every day after work or before work or whatever. Anyway, signing off. Hope you guys have a great day and the last week of March. Let's keep on going.